Okay, it is another morning after another night in the car, and I'm just about to drive up Pikes Peak, which is a 14er, and you can drive all the way to the top, but this is the queue to get in because you gotta pay. So exciting times. It opens at 9 and it's literally just bob on 9 now, so all these cars were queuing. They were queuing before 9 o'clock. Okay, so I'm starting the ascent. Just paid 19 bucks to get in. She said we're open 13 of the 16 miles. Sorry, 16 of the 19 miles were open, and the last restroom stop is mile 13. And to use my lower gears coming down so I don't wear my brakes out. Big foot crossing. Nice. So I am 10,500 feet up. And there's still ice on the ground. Oh, a little squirrel. No, it's not a squirrel. What is that? What is that? Something weird with stripes on it. Is that a skunk? Skunks have stripes. I don't know. No idea. Anyway, as you can see, still snow on the ground. I'm a little bit disappointed that we can only go 16 out of the 19 miles up to the top, but obviously they must have closed it for safety reasons or something. But I'm only mile 10 at the moment, so there's another 6 miles and 10,500 feet, and this mountain is 14,500 feet tall, I think. So with any luck, we'll get pretty high with some spectacular views. Exciting times! Wind is coming from behind me, and there's a sheer freaking drop there. I ain't getting any closer. But holy fuck, look at that. 13,500 feet. Wow. I've gone from yesterday getting sand blown in my face to today getting snow blown in my face. Wow. It is positively Baltic out here. My hands are absolutely freezing. Got dry ice freaking wafted into me. You can see like the snow being like wafted through the wind. Apparently May is like the windiest month in New Mexico and Colorado. That's what my friend told me. Well, it goes in, apparently May comes in windy and goes out calm, apparently. But just, I mean, it's just stunning. I mean, when I was out there, I'm not gonna lie, my head started to spin a little bit. I think it's probably because of the altitude. And my hat, oh yeah, so cold. 13,500 feet at the moment. The last 1,000 feet is close to the public at the moment, probably due to safety. I saw a snowplow up there. And as you can see, they've clearly snowplowed this area. You can see where, you know, a wall of snow where the road starts. So they've clearly gone down the road and maintained it well enough for people to drive fairly safely up here. But just look at that. On the way down, I'm going to stop off regularly, take some awesome scenery, and yeah, bask. This is the highest I've ever been in my life. 13,500 feet is definitely the highest I've ever been. So yeah, fun times. We're nearly actually half the height of Mount Everest, because Mount Everest is 29,000 feet. So I'm nearly at half the height of Mount Everest where we are right now. So yeah, fun times. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but listen to the sound of the wind. Found out what animal it was that I saw. It wasn't a skunk. It was an American piker. Went into the gift shop at the 11,500 foot elevation point, and they had a t-shirt that said American Piker on and a picture of the animal, and I was like, that is what I saw. So yeah, I saw a local animal without even realising what it was. Also at this gift shop, they had a mandatory brake heat test, So you go through the checkpoint, they stop you and they put a device against the front of the wheel. And he was like, yeah, you're cold. And I said, yeah, I've been doing first all the way down. And you don't need to use your brakes at all when you're doing first, really. And he said, well, keep it up because it gets steeper from here on out. So yeah, I'm going to head back down the mountain now and move on to my next destination, which is going to be Garden of the Gods. And hopefully on the way down, I'm going to get some more awesome pictures. Tell you what, it's so much cooler down here than it was at the 13,500 foot elevation. So much cooler. So much warmer, sorry. It was like, oh, so cold up there. But it's to be expected, isn't it? So I'm just under 10,000 feet on the way down, and I saw a sign that said picnickers welcome. So I thought, I'll have a picnic, why not? I have a packet of Hickory barbecue, the Boulder Canyon packet of crisps that I found in the gift shop, and some strawberries that I found in Safeway. It's the only thing I had on me, so I thought, I'll sit up here, 10,000 feet, have a little picnic in this lovely little area. Look at this. Beautiful. And for 10,000 feet, it's pretty warm. I know people, you know, people watching this from the UK, if you ever climbed Ben Nevis, it's like 4,500 feet, and people talk about, oh, it gets cold at the top, oh, it gets cold. You want to wrap up warm if you're going to Ben Nevis because it gets cold at the top, and it does get cold at the top. But obviously we're a lot further, presumably south than the UK here. Hence why it's still warm, and it's May, so yeah, when I get lower, it's going to be even warmer. But Colorado, I think, is pretty much based between 7,000 and 8,000 feet anyway. Woo! Shit. I also took a really cool time lapse on the way down. It's quite long, but it's really, the views are just absolutely stunning. I took quite a few different time lapses, to be fair, on the way down. As I was going in first gear and looking at all the scenery, the snow on the side of the road, and then obviously where I am now, the snow's kind of not there anymore. So as we've come further and further down the mountain, I just saw a bird of prey as well, which, like, it was black, massive wingspan, and swooped down to maybe like 3 or 4 meters above me, and then just soared off again. I tried to grab my GoPro, but there wasn't enough time to see it. Massive, massive bird. Wonder what it was. Jet black it was. Beautiful. I'm 8,500 feet now, so coming down on that right there is the main road that I'm going to be hitting in a while. This is going to take me to Garden of the Gods. Just look at that. What an absolutely stunning view.